Hello. Oh my goodness, this day has kind of gotten away from me. I was going to get on here this morning and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the boys to lift weights and then I'm going to do this kind of stuff. And then I got home and it was like just kid stuff nonstop. And so here we are. It's 3:15. I had a wonderful visit with one of my closest friends today. She came over and we sat by the pool. She walked around the house with me and I did some laundry and she just kind of met me where I was and just joined me. And it was just a wonderful visit. And we're about to leave to go to softball. And Inga is going to be playing softball this evening. And it's just been a busy, fun day. So yesterday we went to Big Cedar, and that was just a big fun day. And I had to unpack from everything yesterday, pack again for tomorrow because we're heading to Liam's baseball tournament, and we'll be there for. So Liam's tournament is a 3-day tournament, and it will be me and the kids, which is going to be really fun. I know it's like sounds so crazy because I'm very much outnumbered with 9 kids, but it doesn't feel like me and 9 little kids. It feels kind of like me and anywhere between 3 and 5, depending on who's acting like a big kid at that moment. Big kids, and then like 4 to 5 little kids is kind of how it feels. So it's very manageable. And we decided to stay like at a Airbnb instead of a hotel because it's just easier when you have a big family to have a washer and dryer and a kitchen and just more space. So we stayed at a Airbnb and I'm looking forward to spending the weekend with them. But today meant a lot of unpacking from yesterday and a lot of packing for tomorrow and then the next 2 days. So that's what I've been spending most of my day today doing, is just packing, getting the house ready for not being here. So that's kind of what's been going on today. I had a moment this morning where I was driving back from dropping the boys off at weightlifting where I was just thinking to myself, like Norm knew that we were going to be going to Big Cedar. I told him about that, and he was like, oh, that'll be fun. And then he joked that he was going to have a whole day without kids here, and he didn't know like what he was going to do with himself. And I told him that like several months ago. And so then this morning when I was driving back and just thinking about the fact that he knew about that trip we went on yesterday, and I could just picture him, if he were still here, like coming in first thing this morning, because we got in kind of late last night. I think it was like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. And so he wouldn't have seen us, but he would have come in like first thing in the morning, like 7:30 or 8 a.m. And I probably would have been drinking my coffee and he would have been asking about the trip and wanting to know all the details. And we would have laughed about the funny moments. And anyway, I was just thinking about that this morning as I was driving. And so when I was driving and just thinking about that, like the tears started flowing and if I think about it now, here they'll come again. But that's just kind of how grief is like, you're just driving along and something hits you, like a thought, like, oh, if he were here, we would be talking about yesterday and he would have been laughing. And he loved hearing about funny stories and things the kids did and things they said. And they just brought him so much joy. And he loved when we would go like on little adventures and then come back and tell him about it all. And he probably would be going on the trip with us tomorrow, and he probably would be making sure that I had enough water for Liam packed. And, I just think of those things and it just makes me sad. But then I have to just really like get a hold of myself and focus on the positive things. Like we had, all these years with him and just what a blessing it was, and try to think of the happy moments. I had a friend give a good example to me. She said that grief is like, picture a box, and grief is like a big circle in a box. And in the middle of the box, there's like a buzzer. And so every time the grief circle goes around the box and hits the buzzer in the middle, that's grief and it hurts. But as time goes on, grief doesn't get smaller. Like the grief bubble, the circle, stays the same size, but the box gets bigger. As time goes on, new experiences happen, and it's just mainly time. So the box gets bigger, but the grief stays the same. And so as the box gets bigger, it's going to hit that buzzer less frequently. But at the beginning, where we are now, the box is still little. The grief is still there. It's going to be hitting that buzzer more often. And so I thought that was a good example, and it seems true to what I'm being told from other people who have gone through this. All right, well, I'm gonna go get the kids ready to go to softball and then continue packing for our trip this weekend. We're going to be heading towards Little Rock area. So it's kind of like where we spent 7 years for Lucas's residency and where we had 4 babies when we lived there. And so it's always fun to kind of return down there and just kind of, I don't know, spend a little time in a big city and then return back home to our small little town. So, all right, that's what's going on here, and kind of got a late start this morning. It's already late in the day, but that's kind of how it is whenever we go somewhere for one day. I kind of make up for it double the next day, and then looking ahead to the trip, it's kind of like lots of things piled on our morning this morning. But okay, hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Received a bow shipment from Little Poppy, and they always send bows just in time for the season right ahead, and so these are perfect for 4th of July and even beyond. But they are red, white, and blue, and these are going to be so fun to coordinate with the girls' outfits and kind of mix and match and have them just coordinate perfectly with their hair bows for 4th of July. We just love partnering with Little Poppy because they are a wonderful small business, and they have bows for every season, every holiday, and they arrive just in time. They also have like headbands for older kids, and this is like a ponytail holder if you wanted to wear a ponytail. And then for like little girls who may want to just wear a stretchy headband instead of a like hard headband, they have those. And then they have little clippies. These have clips on the back. And then they have bigger clippies for older girls. So go check out Little Poppy. They're a wonderful company.
Hey guys, it's Chels. I just wanted to come on and talk to you about our Father's Day collection. Today is the last day to order with standard shipping to get by Father's Day. We partnered with the Bradley Bunch, as you guys.
She ain't got no money, clothes are kinda funny, her hair is kinda wild and free. Oh, but love grows where my
BBQ.